Welcome to Core Concepts from Dent Gaming. Let's see this build. Hey guys, what is up? I've got another build for you today. Can you believe this is Core Concepts episode 20? This is cause for celebration. I've got this build, which is my newest, freshest one in my entire garage. This is Javelin Omega. I decided to put all the Javelin weapons on one build just to see what happens and turn it into an AC, and this is what came of it. We've got the two Javelin Alphas bazookas on the arms. We've got two Javelin Beta missiles on the back. And let me tell you, these actually pair very, very functional together. So the Javelin Beta missiles are kind of wonderful because of the way they operate. They swarm out to the side and then come in, explode, and they have a trailing explosion. Now that is important because even if the main missile doesn't hit, the trail will, which is kind of freaking wonderful. And yeah, it's definitely weird to use. And if you notice, it fires out to the side and then loops back in. So if you have two, you can pincer. You can fire one direction, one the other direction, and there you go. You have pincered your opponent. And then while they're inside of the missiles, while they're on the inside of that pincer, you've got not one, but two bazookas shooting at them. And those things are no slouches either. Look at these statistics. 1375 attack power, which is absolutely massive. 1390 impact, a cumulative impact of 905. These are my favorite bazookas in the game, and I have got not one but two. Not to mention a wonderful punishment weapon at 220 direct hit adjustment. Yowza! That is quite the... That's a lot of damage. That's that's all I'm going to say. Wow, and I've got not one but two of them. So if you are staggered and I hit you with both of them, you are in for it, my friend. Anyway, and these actually became a little bit more viable. They upped the attack power on these, and they lessened the weight on them. Holy crap, From Software, why are you trying to hurt people like this? Anyway, very, very viable bazooka. I highly recommend it. It is my favorite in the game. Moving on to the frames, it's the main battle strategy. I kind of just went over. You pincer them, you shoot them in the face with bazookas. That's pretty much it. Moving on, Noctra Higher Head. Why? Decent stability, balanced defenses. Sure, it's got kind of a crappy AP, but these are actually pretty good. Not to mention the weight is not bad at all. EN load is a little higher than what I'd like to see, but this was actually one of the only heads that would fit on this build after I had designed it. It took a lot of different iterations to get this thing to where it is right now, but I think I actually spent a solid day, like literally 16 hours of waking time trying to get this thing to work because I really, really wanted it to work, and I think it turned out pretty well. Anyway, Fairmesa Core. Why? It's got a really good booster efficiency, and I wanted a mobile quad, so that was important to me. It actually works well with my generator. Also, the attitude stability on it is good, and it's got decent defenses. Nice lightweight package. Yeah, Fairmesa Core, all the way. Noctra Higher Arms, because I want my bazooka shots to hit, and the only way to do that is have a nice high firearm specialization, and this is the best in the game. Lammergeier Legs, because I didn't want to use the Fortalises. I used the Fortalises on another build of mine, which I really, really like. It is Zuka, and they are awesome on him, but I wanted more stability, and I wanted the ability to float and hover should I need it, so I went with the Lammergeier Legs Tetrapod. Better stability and the ability to float. Sure, my defenses aren't nearly as good as these ones, but they are functional. Not to mention good energy defenses, and I needed a little bump in that category as well. So put those on. Alula boosters. Yeah, I wanted a quick boosting quad, if that makes any sense whatsoever. These are the best at staying mobile in the game. They've got the second best QB thrust and the second best QB reload time. These things are freaking incredible. Not to mention, I believe they also have the second best AB thrust in the game. I don't use AB thrust a lot, but if you're using a tetrapod and you want to get into the air, you gotta assault kick, and having a good AB thrust definitely in your favor. So I went ahead and popped those on there, which actually compensates for the crappy upward thrust right here. So that's how I decided to balance that. The Talbot FCS just kind of made sense. I'm running missiles, and this thing is good with missiles, and I'm a close to mid-range fighter, and this has good specs in both. Yeah, Talbot made sense. Generator, VP20C, it's just a wonderful little generator. It's nice and lightweight. Sure, these are not anywhere near my comfort level, but this thing actually packs a huge hit. So, yeah, I decided it was okay to put that in there. I am running assault armor because I don't have any real means of punishing other than my bazookas. So if those happen to be needed to get the stagger, this is there just in case I want to use it as punish. So attack power 1500, impact 2000, which is huge. Yeah, this is pretty nasty assault armor. You can definitely use pulse armor if you're if you want. You could use pulse protection on this, but it doesn't really make sense. You really want to stay after your opponent on this thing. And terminal armor would work, but honestly, you might as well use pulse armor. Anyway, that is the build and battle strategy. Let's go ahead and show you what this thing can do. I'm going to grab Freud. Come here, Freud. Alright, I'm going to play a little bit more aggressively. He is a pretty mobile guy, so I'm going to do the strategy of the pincer on this and pop them. There we go. Missiles inbound and assault armor. Boom. Didn't get the punish on that, but that is fine. And we're going to pincer. Boop. Why did those trail off on their own? Did you see that? I had a lock. It just said screw it. Oh, well, the fight's over anyway. Guess I don't need to complain. Oh my gosh. It's just a sensing machine, and it won't work for nobody but you. Alright guys, that was Javelin Omega, one of the newest ACs in my garage, getting it done against Freud in 19 seconds. Here is the share information. We got CMA0V7XK44CQ. If you like him, take him. He's all yours. I had a blast using this big giant robot to blow stuff up. Please like and subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.